Good morning, students. Let us continue with our lesson. So, today we will learn about the moon, asteroids, and meteoroids. So, let us start reading the lesson. The moon. Our Earth has only one satellite, that is the moon. Its diameter is only one quarter that of the Earth. It appears so big because it is nearer to our planet than any other celestial body. It is about 3,84,400 kilometers away from us. Now you can compare the distance of the Earth from the Sun and that from the Moon. So, children, Earth has a natural satellite which is the Moon. Now, what is a satellite? So, children, a satellite is a celestial body that moves around the planets. So, satellite moves around the planets. So, the moon is always moving around the earth. Now, in comparison to the size of the earth, moon is very small. But even then, it appears big to us in the night because it is very close to our planet than any other celestial body. So the moon appears big because it is closer to our planet. And children, the exact distance of moon from the earth is 3,84,400 kilometers. So that is the distance between the earth and the moon. Now, if you remember, when we read about the sun, we read that sun is 150 million kilometers away from the earth. But in comparison to that, moon is only 3,84,400 kilometers away from the earth. Now, the moon moves around the earth in about 27 days. It takes exactly the same time to complete one spin. As a result, only one side of the moon is visible to us on the earth. Now, children, why don't we see the other side of the moon? Why only one side of the moon is visible to us? So, the reason behind it is that the moon takes 27 days to complete one circle around the earth. So, it takes 27 days to complete one circle around the earth, and it takes the same time, 27 days, to complete one spin on its axis. So, since it is taking the same time to complete one circle around the earth, and it is taking the same time to complete one spin on its axis, that is why we only see one side of the moon from earth. Next, the moon does not have conditions favorable for life. It has mountains, plains, and depressions on its surface. These cast shadows on the moon's surface. Look at the full moon and observe these shadows. So, children, moon does not have any conditions to support life. It does not have right temperature, air, water, oxygen, carbon dioxide. That is why there is no life on the moon. However, children, moon has mountains on its surface, plains are there, depressions are also there, and these things cast or leave a shadow on the moon which looks like black spots on the moon. If you see here, if you see this moon, you can see the moon is not completely white. It has certain black spots on it. So these black spots are nothing but shadows cast due to mountains, plains, and depressions. Now, next we will read about asteroids. Apart from stars, planets, and satellites, there are numerous tiny bodies which also move around the sun. These bodies are called asteroids. They are found between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. Scientists are of a view that the asteroids are parts of planets which exploded many years back. So, children, what are asteroids? Asteroids, along with stars, planets, and satellites, there are many small rock like bodies which move around the sun. And these rock bodies are only known as asteroids. You can see here in figure 1.5, this is how asteroid looks like. So these are rocky bodies which move around the sun. Now, asteroids, children, are found between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. So between these two orbits, Mars and Jupiter, you will find asteroids. See this figure 1.2. This asteroid belts, children, that you see between Mars, between the planet Mars and Jupiter, you can see asteroid belt is there. So this is the asteroid belt, and asteroids, all these rocky bodies are found inside this belt only. So this is where asteroids are found. It is found between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. Now, scientists believe that asteroids are parts of planets. These are parts or pieces of planets that may have exploded many years ago. So these are the asteroids. Now coming to meteoroids. The small pieces of rocks which move around the sun are called meteoroids. Sometimes these meteoroids come near the earth and tend to drop upon it. During this process, due to friction with the air, they get heated up and burn. It causes a flash of light. Sometimes a meteor, without being completely burnt, falls on the earth and creates a hollow. So, children, what are meteoroids? Meteoroids are small pieces of rocks which move around the sun. So, that is the definition of meteoroid. These are the small pieces of rocks which are moving around the sun. Now, sometimes these meteoroids come close to the earth and fall on earth. Now, during this process, what happens? Due to friction, because these meteoroids fall with a lot of force, these fall with a lot of force. So, due to friction with the air, the meteoroids they get very heated and then they start burning. So, the burning of meteor causes a flash of light. So, due to burning of the meteor, a flash of light is seen. Now, sometimes these meteoroids, without being completely burnt, falls on the surface of the earth and creates holes on the surface of the earth. So, these are meteoroids. Now, do you see a whitish broad band like white glowing path across the sky on a clear starry night? It is a cluster of millions of stars. This band is the Milky Way Galaxy. Our solar system is a part of this galaxy. In ancient India, it was imagined to be a river of light flowing in the sky. Thus, it was named Akash Ganga. So, children, see this figure 1.6 over here. Can you see this white broad band in this figure? In figure 1.6, can you see this white broad band? So, this is a cluster or collection of millions of stars, and this is the Milky Way Galaxy. So, Milky Way Galaxy is made up of millions and millions of stars. Now, our solar system is part of this Milky Way Galaxy. So, our solar system is a part of Milky Way Galaxy. Now, in olden times, it was believed that there is a river of light flowing in the sky, and that is why Milky Way was also known as Akash Ganga. So people believe that there is a river of light in the sky, and hence they called it Akash Ganga. Now, Akash Ganga is the other name, is the second name for the Milky Way Galaxy. And our solar system is a part of Milky Way or the Akash Ganga. Now, a galaxy is a huge system of billions of stars and clouds of dust and gases. There are millions of such galaxies that make the universe. It is difficult to imagine how big the universe is. Scientists are still trying to find out more and more about it. We are not certain about its size, but we all know that you and I belong to this universe. So, children, what is the definition of galaxy? The definition of galaxy is that a galaxy is a huge system. It is a system where there are billions of stars, clouds of dust, and gases. So, a galaxy is made up of billions of stars, clouds of dust, as well as gases. And then, universe. Universe is made up of millions of such galaxies. So, how is galaxy formed? Galaxy is formed with the help of billions of stars, clouds of dust and gases. And how is universe formed? Is formed when millions of such galaxies are combined together. So, that is the definition of galaxy and universe. Now, the universe is very big, and the scientists are trying to find more interesting facts about this universe. And we all know that you and I, we all belong to this universe itself. Now, children, let us quickly read all these boxes which are given over here. Do you know light travels at the speed of about 3 lakh kilometer per second? Yet, even with this speed, the light of the sun takes about 8 minutes to reach the earth. So, what is the speed of the light? The speed of the light is 3 lakh kilometer per second. And how much time does it take for the light of sun to reach the earth? It takes about 8 minutes. So it takes 8 minutes to for the light of the sun to reach the earth. Next, Neil Armstrong was the first man to step on the surface of the moon on 20th July 1969. So on 20th July 1969, Neil Armstrong, who was the first man to step on the surface of the moon. Now, find out whether any Indian has landed on the moon. So, yes, Rakesh Sharma is the first Indian who has landed on the moon. Next, satellite. So, this is the definition of satellite. A satellite is a celestial body that moves around the planets in the same way as the planets move around the sun. So, this is the satellite. An example of satellite is moon. Then next is a human-made satellite. So the definition of human-made satellite is it is an artificial body. It is designed by the scientists to gather information about universe or for communication. It is carried by a rocket and placed in the orbit around the earth. So this is the definition of human-made satellite. An example of human-made satellite is INSAT, IRS and EduSat. These are the examples of human-made satellite. Now, last question. What do animals and plants require in order to grow and survive? So, children, basically the plants require sunlight, soil, air, water, and appropriate temperature to grow and survive. Similarly, animals require food, water, oxygen, and appropriate temperature to grow and survive. So, children, with this, we have completed with this chapter. I will be sending the question answers and exercises of this chapter. So, please, everyone, write it down in your copies and learn it. And I will see you in the next class with the second chapter. Thank you, children.